Welcome you gorgeous internet people, and today I am doing a video of the forest. Now as you can see, start of any day you gotta eat some breakfast, as I'm doing there. Nice bit of rabbit there, caught that yesterday. Tasty. Now I didn't do a video on this before because obviously, as everyone, well, as most people know, not everyone but most people know, that the game was majorly bugged, as in the fact that you couldn't save the game, and basically every time you exited the game you had to start again. So for me it was pretty much pointless in putting in about 4 hours and then just having to redo it every time you was playing. So yeah, in a sense you could say I did refuse to pay it. Now as you can see here, I have put in quite a bit of time to building my little base here. You know, I've got like about 3 or 4 fires. Got one of these like things that warns them off. Now I did, as you can see, I have killed like 3 or 4 of them because I've got like 3 or 4 heads on there. They're of the cannibal people, or the mutant cannibals, whatever you want to call them. They're just the cannibals. The mutants are inside the cave, but haven't been brave enough to venture into the cave yet, and I haven't actually been caught. But it's going pretty well. I have had, as you can see, obviously by the dead body parts, I have had a number of encounters with the cannibals, aka mutants, and at first, when I first played it, I thought they were overpowered, but then you sort of learn how to deal with them and how they like react, and they sort of like test you. Like they don't attack you straight away, and they sort of like run at you and then just like stop. And then like there was one incident I had where they like ran at me, stopped, and then the naked woman tried to slap me. And I wasn't going down for that. I actually did chop her up, and now her head is on my totem pole thing, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it didn't end too well for her, but it's going pretty well. Now, this isn't a game that you're going to sort of like, just come on, in an hour you're going to make a base. It's not going to happen. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience to build a base. Especially if you're gonna put these walls in. I'm a bit disappointed because these things said they had doors. These doorways, they have doors on the picture. I'm not being picky. I was just like, oh, I really wanted a doors for a base. Now I'm actually gonna go fishing here because I haven't really got much food. So now, in terms of choosing your base location, it is pretty important. Like if you set up camp right next to the airplane crash, you're probably not going to survive too long. You do have to wander off into like the middle of the woods. I would advise people to either do it on a beach, maybe not necessarily on the middle of the beach, but like sort of. I know this sounds strange, but like back yourself into a corner. Now I know that sounds really strange, but you find it is actually a lot easier to fight them if they can only come from, like, say 180 degrees rather than 360 degrees, because then you have to worry about all around you, and they do tend to surround you if you get caught in the middle of the field. They don't just sort of like run at you straight head on. I mean, like one will, and then the others will sort of go around the side, and then you're sort of worrying about them, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm getting attacked from everywhere. But yeah, they're pretty clever in that sense, the cannibals. But what you need is, yeah, like I said, sort of back yourself into a corner, then sort of obviously build yourself a little hut or whatever. First of all, like your little hunter's tent thing. I don't know what you call it. Hunter's tent, hunters. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? The little thing where you can save it. But yeah. Anyway, now. Definitely the location is almost one of the most important things to use, because you need food, you need shelter, and you need to be able to defend your base, especially when you're in the middle of building your base. Now, I can't stress enough how much fire is important, because they are pretty oblivious to fire, in terms of the fact that if you stand behind a fire, they sort of stop attacking you, and then they will attack you. But then they run into the fire, and then you don't really have to do anything to kill them, because it's pretty easy that way. And I mean, it is real because they do go around the fire eventually. So if you whack down, say, like 3 like not in a line, but in like a semicircle type thing, and then you stand behind them. If you like them, you can actually lure them in. If you leave enough space, you can actually like slip between the fires, hit them, and then run back, and then they'll actually like run into it, like when they're trying to attack you again, which is it's nice. It's like it's pretty cool. Now, I think I've probably survived so far about 4 days. This has taken me 4 days in terms of game time, not in terms of real time. In terms of game time, I'm probably on about 4 days to build this, what I've done so far. But the only problem is, I mean, the only thing I really can build now is, until they do an update, is pretty much traps. But the annoying thing is, with the traps, is that animals set them off. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Now, I know this is good in terms of, it is good in terms of catching food, but it's not good in terms of the fact that when you're trying to defend your base, the animals and rabbits and stuff keep setting off your traps. Like, you can see later in the video that I'll build a like a noose, like a hanging trap, and it sort of gets set off by a rabbit, and it's really disappointing because I actually wanted to save that for when they attack the base. But there you go. Excuse me. Now, in terms of what you can build so far, there is not really that. There is a fair bit. I mean, you obviously got there's 2 different types of walls. You've got doorways. You can actually build windows. I haven't built a window yet. I'm probably gonna do. I'm sure I might do to my base. I might build like an outer rim, because obviously my rim has got the my base has got like the defensive walls around. I might build some low walls around the outside, and then obviously have a doorway in, but not a doorway right in front of my original doorway. So like sort of like a, because they don't really come in. I mean, I did find once I'd been through this tree that like once they did come through the tree, which is a bit of a bug. So I had to build walls all the way around the tree to link up with my original walls. So I thought I was safe, but I wasn't when they started coming through the tree from behind, which was pretty worrying. Now, if you find a flare, I would, if you get caught, go to the cave, get yourself the flare. I wouldn't necessarily say the flare gun, I never used that before, but the flare is really decent, because what it does is, if you light it when they're, don't light it when there's just one, when there's about 3 or 4 of the cannibals like attacking you, light the flare, and you'll be surprised what it does. It almost scares them away, and like, they retreat, not straight away, but they're curious, and then like, if you run at them, they actually retreat. Now, I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, this is just from my past experience in what I have done and what's happened to me on the game. Now, and another thing is, most people that play the game would know that killing these like small Komodo dragon type things, I don't know what they are, the lizards. Now, the skin is actually used, my friend didn't know, even though he played it longer than me, didn't know that the skin is actually used to give you armor. As you can see, the little yellow bar on the left of your health and your food and your hungry and all that sort of stuff in the bottom right. Now, the only annoying thing is you can't carry many lizard like hides to cook. You can only carry 1, which is rather annoying. So yeah, I mean, I hope they maybe expand it a little bit, because I mean, for God's sake, I'm carrying a backpack. It's like, no, I should be able to carry more than 1. Now you can see here I'm building this thing. Right, and this is the thing I was talking about that gets set off by a rabbit, which is such an anticlimax. It's so annoying. But I suppose it's all good fun. Now, most people when they build the base would say, don't chop down the trees around, because obviously it provides a bit of cover. Yes, it does, but there is a big but. Now, for those of you that haven't noticed, when they attack you, if you hit them, oh, one of them's around, you can hear the music. When the music's around, that means they're around. Yeah, sorry. When they attack you, if you attack them, they can actually scale the trees and climb up the trees and hide in the trees, which is actually really clever. Oh, there he is in the distance. There he is. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, so they climb the trees and they actually remain up there, and they jump down and attack you. So this is why I've used the wood from the immediate surroundings of my base, because when they attack, if I'm outside my base, like just immediately up where I am now, they can't really climb the trees to gain an advantage on me. Which some people would say, yeah, it does leave your base exposed. But if you build the walls around, they very rarely seem to come in. So, you know, for me, the advantage of not being able to climb the trees and attack you actually outweighs the disappointing fact that you don't provide any cover. Because I mean, to be honest, as long as you hide behind your walls, because I've had them literally walk right past my base, so they obviously can't see you, because you can still hear them when they're running around and stuff, like outside your base. So one of the first things I would advise is obviously build your tent, build your fire, maybe build another fire, and then build some walls. Seriously, I can't stress this enough that it's so OP right now. The walls, they don't come in the doorways, even though the doorways have got no doors. They just, I think they've come in, like one came in once. It's like ridiculously like OP. So pretty much as soon as you get in your base, whack on a fire and you're good to go, no matter what time of day it is. So yeah, now try and pick a location for your base. Going back to that again, I know again, getting a bit boring now. Yeah, I'll keep it short. Basically, you want to pick somewhere you can fish. You want to be somewhere near where you can fish, somewhere where there is lots of animal activity, obviously like rabbits, lizards, and stuff, and not far from the sea. I would say, because obviously there's going to be sailing involved. I haven't built a boat yet, and I know there isn't actually sailing involved yet, but it will be. Oh, my trap's done. So yeah, excuse me, you'll see in a sec like, what I mean by an anticlimax. You hear it go off. But yeah, because obviously, don't forget you can forage berries. Now, you must be careful. They are the berries with like the diamonds, like not leaves, but like diamond berry bit on top. They're not just the round smooth ones. So yeah, just bear that in mind, because if you eat the round, like the smooth ones, then they do actually not poison you, they just hurt you. It does really feel like, it does fill you up a little bit, but it does also hurt you. So just be aware of what you're eating and stuff. Apart from that, overall the game is very good. I do love the game. The idea behind it is, I think it's awesome. And I was really disappointed though when it came out, and obviously you couldn't save it. I mean, for me, that's not like a little bug. That is, considering the fact that it's a solo player game, it's a, you know, it's, what's the point in playing the game if you can't save it? But anyway, that's in the past now. The future is looking good, I really think, for this game. I mean, this game for me runs really smooth. The fact that my PC is made out of wood, it is that ancient. I'm joking, it's not really that bad, but it's not top of the range, but it's middle range. So I mean, it doesn't overly use like all, like you see, like the memory from your CPU and all that sort of rubbish, but you know, it runs really smooth to me. Has my trap gone off yet? No, not yet. No, you can still see that thing hanging down. Oh, there the rabbit goes. There it goes. Oh, bye bye rabbit. Bye bye rabbit. Taking his time. Oh, there it goes. It's gone. Yep. So that's what I mean by you can catch food with traps. But guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, then please like and subscribe, and leave me some comments. Even if you didn't like the video, leave me some comments. Let me know where I went wrong. I probably did chat a lot of rubbish, but you know, I'm just putting it out there. See what you think. If you agree with me, guys, leave some feedback. If you don't agree with me, leave some feedback. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm M Stylo. Have a good day.